Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, had to ask my MIL if I could watch my own son. MIL predictably ignores registry. Advice please, do I cave and give my mom the information she wants? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Had to ask my MIL if I could watch my own son. Sorry for my English. My MIL used to babysit our son most days of the week and loved it. I wasn't a fan of it since she spoils and feed him lots of sugary snacks, but hey, that's a grandma's role, right? I was still happy and very thankful she would do it. It helped us a lot financially and she's great with him. It was her idea to babysit him all the time and she refused to get paid. She genuinely enjoyed that. But now he is 3 and had started school. Schools are mandatory at 3 in our country. So she don't have him all day long anymore. She only get to pick him at school on Mondays and Tuesdays at 4:30 for like 45 minutes until I can come home. She also get to have him one Tuesday night per month since I have a late meeting at work every month. The father work in the evening/night shift, and those time of the month she also have him the following Wednesday. We also visit her often on weekends. There is no school on Wednesdays and I managed to have my Wednesday off too, so I once told her what I had planned for both of us the next Wednesday. She looked pissed and I couldn't figure out why at first. Turned out my companion told her she would have him every Wednesdays. He says she is depressed because she suddenly don't have him as much as she used to do and somehow blame me. I get that it's a big change, but the fact she has no other friends/activities/family/etc. is not my fault. Her entire life was about her job and she retired a few weeks before our son's birth, so he became her entire life. I suggested her lots of activities, volunteering, joining a club, etc., to improve her social life, but she said it's not her thing. Going to school is a huge step for my son since he had never been in daycare. So I was happy to have the Wednesdays with him to spend more time together and for him to have a break during his school week. I don't mind her having him some Wednesdays, but not all. And now, husband is on her side and I have to ask her first if I want to spend time with my own son those days. Since kids don't have school on Wednesdays, every fun activities like kids' movies at the theaters, puppet shows, kids' pool hours, circus, etc. are on Wednesdays here. I feel like she should ask me/us if she wants to have him. I would happily say yes quite often. He loves her and she loves him. I like their relationship, and not the way around. Am I being the mean one here? That's what my husband says, but I'd like some other point of view. If yes, what have I done wrong? I feel like she was seeing him more than I did the first 3 years and I was just excited to get to see him more with my Wednesday off. Thanks for the help. P.S. My MIL was a single mom with no other family. She is very protective over my husband and he is too. If I critic, even a tiny suggestion, on one of them the other one get in tiger mode XD, so I often feel attack on both sides with them, but I don't want to be the mean one between them either. Edit, thank you for all your nice replies. I already had lots of discussion with my partner about this, but I think this time it needs to have serious meaning behind and I don't care if it will be unpleasant. My son is more important than my relationship with my MIL. She will always be welcomed in my son and our live, but she'll have to respect my boundaries and my partner will have to. I'm not responsible for her loneliness, neither is my son and my parents, and I shouldn't suffer from it too. It is more important for our child to spend time with his mother than with yours. I'm keeping our son on Wednesdays. Great line. Thanks. It really sucks you told her that without talking to me. Your mom is bored Wednesdays? You're her baby, you go hang out with her. My child is not a performing monkey or a toy to entertain herself with. LOL, I wish I had the nerves to say that. Guess what? I'll try, smiley face. Love this. DH, your mom is so bored and lonely on a Wednesday, how about you pop in there to keep her company? Or alternatively say that to MIL, I'm sorry that you are bored, but perhaps your man-child can come keep you company on a Wednesday and I'll spend it with my child. Why is your so making decisions about your child without involving you? Red flag number 1. Also, why do you have to ask to hang out with your child when you bonding with him is far more critical to their development than grandma bonding with him? Red flags number 2. Your child is not that lady's therapy dog, and your child is not responsible for making her feel useful or like she gets to be a mother again. Your baby already has a mother. If I were you, I'd say thanks, but no thanks, to your partner and their mom. If the MIL needs bonding, she can call her own child to spend time with her. Her happiness shouldn't be at your expense. This is a huge so problem. Your so should not have agreed to this without your input, and he should not be treating your child like it's LO's responsibility to be MIL's emotional support animal. I've never read a better example for that phrase. Thanks, it reassures me to see I'm not the only one upset by this. It's not her fault he told her that, but his. I was upset and told him. That's when he played the card, she is lonely. I also believe, like you said, she needs emotional support and to actually have a life. Her own life, but she refused any idea I got so she wouldn't be so lonely. So when I really needs to have a proper talk, it's just that as he gets sensitive any time it's about his mother. You haven't so problem. You and he need to both agree here, and not be making promises without the other's input. He is asserting that his mother has more rights to your son than you do. This is unacceptable. Yeah, that's well into two cards territory. Beware of triangulation, where communication appropriately between two people is instead funneled through a third. In this case, your so. Your so should not be speaking for you nor carrying hurt feelings messages to you from his mom. It's a way for her to avoid your boundaries and get control over you through her son's agreeable nature. I never thought about that, and you're totally right. Unbelievable. This is your child. Place your boundaries now. This will only get worse. Put your foot down. Tell your husband, don't ask, that she can ask your permission to see your child when she wants. Otherwise, your child will be with you. It's not up for discussion. It's his job to handle this with his mother. He made a mistake in making this decision without consulting you first. He needs to pay the piper. MIL predictably ignores registry. We aren't having a shower and don't want one. The registry is a way for us to keep track of what we want and get the completion discount, and we're only giving it out to people who ask for it. We already had someone send us an ultrasound ornament that we can't use, and we sent that person a thank you card thanking them for thinking of us. So again, we're not telling everyone in general that they need to only get from the registry or we don't want it. To those that correctly said that it's not about the clothes or the registry, thank you. Original. MIL called DH on Thursday to find out when we were coming over because she had a couple of boxes of children's books that a mutual friend gave her to give to us. She also had some baby clothes that she bought for us. Not from our registry, of course. DH told her she needs to return them. We knew she wouldn't. When we went over that night, MIL tried to show DH the clothes she bought. He stuck to, if it's not from the registry, you need to return it. She flat out said she wouldn't talk to him and would only talk to me. He told her that's like not getting the answer you want from one parent and asking the other. I said I'm going to tell her the same thing that DH did. She didn't care. DH and FIL left the room so I could try to have a conversation with her. First thing she said, regarding DH, was, "It's not what you say, it's the way you say it." Me, I'm glad you brought that up. I figured out what bothers me when you give me advice. You start your advice with "you need to." We don't need to do anything. Instead, could you phrase it as, "Have you decided?" She seemed good with that. She started showing me the baby clothes she bought. Me, if they're not from the registry, you need to return them. Mael, you're not going to use onesies? Me, I'm not saying that, but if it's not from the registry, do not buy it. Also, you mentioned the local rummage sale the last time we talked. I don't know if you were planning to buy things for us there, but if you were, don't. Mael, oh, I wasn't going to buy anything. She wants us to tell her when we add things to the registry since she knows we've been doing that periodically. Me, what's wrong with what's currently on the registry? Mael, I don't like any of it. Me, then you could give us a gift card. QMILCBF. I should have used DH's line of "this is not about you." I explained that if she buys stuff that we don't actually want, we still have to buy the stuff on the registry that we did want/need. She looked surprised at that. She tried to show me a fluffy, fuzzy bodysuit with a hood saying that she was worried thinking our baby would be cold. Me, do you think that we, as parents, are not going to buy our kid warm clothes? She agreed that we would, in fact, properly dress our child. As far as the books go, she said she looked through them for duplicates. I told her she doesn't need to be doing that. If someone gives her something to give to us, she needs to just give it to us and let us deal with it. And really, if anyone else has something to give to us, they need to contact us and we'll arrange getting it from them. She quickly changed to claiming she just wanted to see what was there. In hindsight, I wish that I had told her that there was no reason to talk to me instead of DH. DH felt insulted by her refusing to talk to him, and she clearly thought she was going to get a different answer from me. DH is stopping by their house again today to drop off something he bought for FIL. He's going to talk to her again to let her know it's not acceptable to decide she only wants to talk to me if she doesn't like his answer. We agreed we can't keep doing this. Each time we interact with her, we have to prepare ourselves mentally beforehand, deal with her during, and then decompress after. It's just the same thing repeating over and over again. DH's conversation today will go the same way as every other conversation. DH is talking about only seeing her once or twice a year, and I'm good with that. Edit, just to clear up some misconceptions, those of you who said this rule is for MIL are right. We have a long history with MIL that led to this that my prior posts don't even cover all of. I'm not trying to be that person, I'm really not. But I don't understand what's so wrong with buying baby clothes not on the registry. Babies go through clothing like a drunk college kid goes through TP the day after binging bad tequila and Taco Bell. I also love second-hand clothes for my son. It's less expensive and good for the environment. If you're worried about germs, isn't that what washing clothing is for? I even have a disinfectant specifically for the wash I add when my son is sick or has an accident. Again, I'm really not trying to criticize, and I understand if maybe this is just a small thing in a long list of annoying things she's done. I also could be looking at it through the lens of being poor and not in a position where I can turn down free anything. Years ago, my ex and I had a wedding registry. His side of the family absolutely insisted on buying us a card table. We said please no, we live on a tiny apartment and have no room for it. His aunts insisted this is the thing they do when people in their family get married. Again we said please, we'd rather have a Target gift card for $25 than have you spend $125 on a folding card table and metal folding chairs, please don't. Of course they did it anyway, no receipt, had nowhere to return it to. Left it outside and someone eventually took it. I hope they liked it, what a waste. It isn't about the thing or the money, it's about control. I am grandmother to a 15-mo. If I see something I like, I send a picture to DD and ask what she thinks and to confirm size. It's not hard, it's about respect. And I never ask why haven't I seen a picture of LO with my outfit on. I enjoy pictures of LO in whatever they're wearing, it's not a game with winners/losers. I just enjoy the pictures and stories behind them. It's sad when there's a select few who are actually nice and have a great dose of respect for their parents/children/in-laws, etc. This is what I asked of my MIL and parents, but that's apparently too hard. I think you and DH are being a bit rude and overly critical. Usually I don't feel sorry for the MIL, but in this instance I do a bit. Honestly, read the whole backstory. You won't feel sorry for her then. Trust me, I get it. It's all very insidious. You see all these people commenting that you're the controlling one and implying how ungrateful you must be to not accept anything off your registry? That's exactly what these narcs want. They thrive off of making you look just so petty and controlling while they look so generous and thoughtful. How could evil DIL deny a gift from someone so well-meaning? What's the big deal anyway? Trust me, I get it, it's death by 1,000 cuts and you're not allowing her to cut anymore. A lot of people may think someone is overreacting for complaining about one mosquito bite. What's the big deal? It's just one mosquito bite, it doesn't even hurt. Just slap it away and take the bite, don't be so dramatic. Not knowing that you're already covered in mosquito bites and get bitten all the time. Now they want to gaslight you for using mosquito spray. Stay strong and firm in your boundaries and know that you are valid for putting your foot down on this. None of these people know what you've endured and put up with to get here. That's what makes narcs so evil in my eyes, they can literally have you out here looking crazy for setting a simple boundary. But no one bats an eye that they cannot respect that simple boundary. If it's not a big deal for Opie to accept a gift that's not on her registry, completely within your right by the way, it shouldn't be such a big deal for her to respect a simple boundary, but she refuses. No one is going to make her look and feel crazy for boundary stomping because she's just trying to help or look how generous she is. Narcs know this and that's why they continue to push, so they can make you look bad and petty for turning down their generosity. Reactive abuse. What's wrong with the clothes she tried to give you? All I see is if they're not on the registry, I don't want them, but why? Because that's their decision as parents that they decided to make? Advice please, do I cave and give my mom the information she wants? I, F26, am 4 months pregnant with mine and my husband's, M29, first children. We are having twins. We are both incredibly excited, but it is quite a high-risk pregnancy, so I have been taking it easy and we are trying to keep the information to ourselves until we know that I am, and the babies are, out of the woods. When I found out that I was pregnant, I put together a little gift box to give to my husband and surprise him with the news. I put silly little things in the box, like a World's Best Dad mug, a baby grow, and a baby book to track all the firsts. At the time I did not know that I was having twins, so there was just one of everything in the box. The plan was that I would gift my husband the box when he arrived home from work, and tell him that we were expecting. Everything went off without a hitch and my husband was beside himself. We had been trying for a while, and it was obviously quite an exciting moment. The next day, my mom, F52, was visiting and snooped in my husband's home office under the guise of going to the bathroom while I was making lunch. She saw the box and all the contents, and came flying out of the office like a bat out of hell telling me that my husband was having an affair baby because he had a secret dad box. At first I was so confused, but eventually cleared it up that I had made the box because my husband and I were expecting. My mom was so excited and immediately tried to phone her best friend to tell her the news. I told her that I wanted to wait until I was at least 3 months before we started telling people, and I asked her to please keep the information to herself. Reddit, when I tell you that the whole community knows, it is because my mom told everyone with the caveat that they also keep the secret. It is like middle school, and it is driving me crazy. Now my mom is bugging me about information from doctor's appointments and I have not told her a word. I have not even told her that we are having twins or that it is high risk, but she insists that she should be privy to all information as the baby's granny. She has also asked me to have her in the room with me when I give birth instead of my husband, which I quickly shut down. I am just feeling so defeated. I am just trying to rest, but I have constant nagging from my mom and all of her friends who claim that they have not told a soul either. My husband does his best to intercept all the demands for information, but I am starting to feel like it would be easier to just cave and tell my mom everything. She sent me a text yesterday telling me that it is her right as a loving parent to know about her child's and future grandchild's health. Any advice on how to manage the situation going forward would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for everyone's advice. The post has been locked, but I have posted an update on my profile. Mom, you betrayed my trust by gossiping and telling everyone I was pregnant. You'll be lucky if we tell you when the baby is born, rather than let you find out on FB. I don't trust you anymore. Your choices and behavior have made it impossible. I'm taking a break from talking to you, because all you do is stress me out with constant demands for information that you have zero right to. Then block her until you feel up to dealing with her again. If you ever do. This time, $1 million. She has no one to blame but herself. I'm so disappointed for you and frankly angry for you too. Mom, you know when the very first thought that hit your mind and found its way tripping out over your tongue was that my husband was someone else and got them pregnant. Thanks so much for that lovely opinion, /s I was so disappointed by you. Then when corrected to the news it was me who was pregnant and asked to keep it under wraps, you immediately told everyone. I was so disappointed by you. You have demonstrated your lack of decision-making capabilities extremely well. You will not be getting updates. Keep it up and you might not be told when the baby makes an appearance. It all rides on your behavior now. Choose wisely. Honestly, you should keep her completely out of the loop and give her no perks at all. Congratulations on your babies. I know we're talking about her demanding information about your pregnancy, and that should be a big nope. But good Lord, she snooped in your husband's office and came flying out of there to tell you your husband is having an affair and baby with someone else? That was her first thought when she saw the baby stuff? What? Not only should you tell her nothing about your life/pregnancy, you should never let her in your home again. And if your husband knows what she did, I would hope he asks you to keep her the hell out of your house too. Let's get this straight. She betrayed your trust first by snooping in your home, your husband's private space. Then she accused your husband of cheating. You gave her private information and asked her to keep it to herself. She went and announced it to everyone, blatantly disregarding your request, feelings, and privacy. She told everyone knowing you were not through the first trimester, despite knowing the risks. She ruined any plans you had of announcing the news to friends and family. She made your news and happiness about her. She tried to exclude your son from the birth of his first child because she's more important. She's harassing you for details you do not want to give. Yet you are considering giving her information? Tell her she has broken your trust, therefore she will be updated as and when you feel ready to tell her. If she continues to harass you, let her know it's your child. She has no right to know anything until you are ready to tell her. Tell her to stop making your pregnancy about her and her needs. Tell her to be a mother and consider how all of the above plus pregnancy hormones are affecting you. Tell her you do not appreciate her constantly harassing you. If she continues to harass you, block her. If you fold no, she will take over. You are the parent, not her. This is your first pregnancy. You should be enjoying it and preparing yourself for your children, not taming your immature mother. Speak to your doctors so they don't give out your information to anyone. Create a password or something in case she goes behind your back. Easier to cave now will make everything so much harder later. Seriously. Even if her friends are sworn to secrecy and actually haven't told anyone, so what? You wanted your information to be kept quiet until you were ready to announce. And she didn't. She couldn't. She refused to respect you and your wishes. She has no standing to be privy to all information, especially since you know she'll instantly telephone it to her friends. Yes, she's excited, but that doesn't get to override your privacy and what you are comfortable with sharing and what you aren't. Block her friends. They shouldn't have any way to nag you on her behalf. And as far as your mom's right to any info about you and the babies, she has no rights. You can gray rock with "I'm good, Doc says everything is good all day and night long." Technically the truth. Congratulations and stand your ground. This moment? This is where all the laying of boundaries begins. She isn't asking because love, she is asking because she is being entitled and selfish and demanding and is making it all about herself instead of you, your baby. She does not need any info, and if you cave and start giving any to her, she will get worse and expect it. Set these boundaries now, and firmly, because you are going to need practice for the future. She is trying to steamroll over you emotionally. Don't allow her to play that card. It is also time to start gray rocking by not telling her when apps are so she doesn't harass you even more for what happened during. She was snooping. She thought your husband was cheating. Screw her. She doesn't deserve any privileges after that. Absolutely not. She already violated your trust. Don't reward her with more information to share against your will. Gray rock out of her. Be so bland and non-descriptive, but do not spill the good stuff. Everything is good/fine/dandy. The doctor said everything is good/fine/dandy. I feel good/fine/dandy. Then change the subject or leave the convo. She needs to learn she had zero rights. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.